Good evening, everybody. How's everyone this evening?
Doing all right. How are you?
Any better? They take my universal healthcare card. So there we go.
Let's be pretty good then.
I got to tell you, it's it has its issues, but it's not terrible. One of them is not bankruptcy, so I'll be happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been one hell of a week of Mondays.
It's been
1 week since you looked at me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I had the anecdote for that.
What was
and to
that?
celebrate our 100th episode.
Yes, to celebrate our 100th episode. So yes, yay to us. We've done this mostly on time for the past, I would guess, it's about actually 112 weeks or 113 weeks with the breaks that we've had.
It's been
Who's
a lot of
counting?
weeks.
Who's
It's
counting?
been a lot of weeks, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
So thank you for everybody being here. We have 10 people watching. That's exciting. I've also turned on the comments so they show up automatically. So be sure to say inappropriate things.
Let's not,
Slasher boy.
Yeah.
let's not do that thing that Ryan just said. Let's do the opposite of that.
So let's see who we have in the chat this morning or this evening. Good God, it's already Saturday. Well, first person name was One Bit Fever Dream. So hey, One Bit, fellow Canadian. Then we have Dave from Dave's. What the hell is going on with his name? Dave's
Happy Max.
Max. I don't understand. Okay. Then we have JC is here, or James, as his actual name is. Did you know Jesus' actual name was James?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Actually, its name is Joshua, but that's fine too.
Right. And then we
Oh,
have
it's Izu.
but what is it in Raiders of the Lost or Jehovah? Yeah,
Jehovah.
was spelled with an I. And we have MMU Man as well as Thomas Armstrong's here. I think that's CDI. It's like everybody's changed their names.
Yeah.
And then we have, I think that's it. Oh, and Joe is here from Joe's Computer Museum.
Hey,
Hello,
that's good. That's good. I always like it when Joe shows up.
Yeah. Joe's good. So, what is new in everybody's world? What's going on? How have your Friday been?
I'm just cleaning.
You're just cleaning?
Glad you guys are along for the ride.
This is now going to be an ASMR channel of just Ron cleaning and occasionally clearing his throat.
Yes.
Retrotech Chris is also here.
Yeah. I'm celebrating the end of my 5th Monday.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, it does appear that Ron has a hidden stash on his desk. I agree.
A hidden stash?
Of some sort of
Out in
potentially
the open hidden stash.
Yeah.
Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at that. This is what I was going to talk about later. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll put it down there.
We'll
out
save
of
the
out of
softcore,
where the kids can't see it.
the softcore pornography for later.
It's not even. It's actually I think it's a really interesting thing, and I will talk about it later.
It is called art. It is.
I'm not sure that it's even art. I would just say that it is kind of an interesting topic.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. Mystery topic.
Not really.
Mystery Science Theater?
Especially not that. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, no, it's definitely been a week of Mondays. It's been, the week after a long weekend, the week after, when you have a full 5 days, does seem to be a lot more tedious than the week that only had 4 days. But that's just me.
I hear you.
Excuse me. Yeah, so it's been pretty hectic, pretty busy. We had our last weekend. We had our geek out at the library.
Yeah, that looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
you took some good pictures of that.
Yes, I took some, and funnily enough, I took them with my Sony Mavica.
Yes.
So thank you again to Eric, who hooked me up with a beautiful new in box or new old stock Sony Mavic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you still have any of those left, or are they all?
No, the very last one went at VCF. I was holding it for myself and went, nah, why should I retain multiple of these?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, even Frodo or even Bilbo was like, "It's my ring. Why should I give it away?"
Exactly. Well, this was the not still sealed box with some box damage, and I went, you know what? I've already got one of these cameras. Let somebody else have fun.
Yeah, I felt a little bad opening mine. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, it was still
It
sealed.
was still sealed, and I was like, "Ah, this feels bad." But then I
Mhm.
was like, "You know what? I've always wanted a Mavica since I was,
Yeah.
a teenager
Mhm.
when they came out." So I'm like, "You know what? It's meant to be opened."
Yes,
You know,
And
it is. It's meant to be open and enjoyed.
yeah,
it's okay because the stasis field that kept it fresh went a long time ago.
right.
Mhm.
Because those batteries last maybe 20 minutes when you charge them.
If that. But I found that you can easily find them on Amazon. I got a 2-pack of them
Yes.
for about
Yeah.
$25 on Amazon with a
Mhm.
charger,
Yep.
and the charger's USB-C. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
I will say this. If you have a Mavica model that can use the whatever it's called, the Sony memory stick,
Yeah.
battery lasts a really long time
Yes.
comparatively because you're not driving that floppy mechanism.
But there's one little caveat to that. You can only use 512 meg or less memory
Well,
stick, and they have to
the-
be memory stick 1.
to
Yes.
be fair,
To be fair.
the floppy is 1.44 megabytes. So you are still, even with a 120 meg card,
Yeah.
you that's a lot of floppies that
Oh,
you're
It
not
is.
having to
that's
carry with you.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I put in my I think I had a 2 gig card for my PSP, which I was, probably 2005,
Yes.
2006.
Yep.
I put it in it, and I was like, no, I don't know what to do with this. Error.
Mhm.
Then I put a 512 in. It was like, I'm still confused, but I'll allow it. I was like, okay, cool. Don't want to upset you,
Yeah.
Mavica. But it's interesting. Like the kids get really excited for these old digital cameras, as they're calling them,
Yep.
and they really like the what do we call it? It's not a filter, but it's like the
Crufty appearance of the
yeah,
video.
like the atmosphere, if you will, of the photo when it's taken, and the fact that it's got some dithering and some weird speckly artifacts. Yeah,
Yes.
they seem to like that a lot about them. So they're fun to keep around. And just so everybody knows, if you put it at the highest possible resolution, which is 1.22 megabytes or 2 megapixels, I think, in the camera,
Yeah.
it does a 1600 by 900, I think, picture.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
You can get 4 of them on a floppy disk.
Yes.
Mhm.
So you better have that $100 of IBM floppies just
Yeah.
ready there to
Mhm.
start swapping them out.
Yeah.
But the other cool thing about those Mavicas, which I think actually Ron taught me, is they're a fast speed floppy. So if you plug them in via USB, they actually read and write 4 times the speed of a normal floppy drive. So it's pretty cool if you want to
Yes.
be, making floppies quickly.
Yes.
And they make a great potato cam.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Well, that's about 8 minutes of Mavica talk. So
No, it's fine. It's I think they're great little cameras. Up on the shelf behind me here, I've got like the FD10, and which is like the first one
Right.
that was the floppy one that has the fixed focus. Well, it's got like a digital zoom or something.
right.
And then I've got the one that's one step up from that, which I don't remember the model number, but
It's the 20, isn't it?
Or 15 or 20, yeah.
Yeah.
That basically has some glass that you can actually zoom.
And I think that's the one that I have is the 20.
Okay.
I believe.
The and then I also have the 2 at the end, which they're basically the same. It's just the resolution of the sensor. One is 1.6 megapixel and the other one's 2 megapixel. And then after that, they went to the CD medium.
Right.
So I've got the 2 at the beginning, the 2 at the end, and then I've got a boxed one that I got from Eric, because all the other ones I've gotten were loose. And there was a kid at SIU, so just over in Carbondale, who had like a whole ton of these, because I guess he worked for like he was like a journalism student, worked for like a small paper that had decided that they were finally going to clear things out. And he was like, oh, these are neat. Can I have these? And I guess they were just like, take them. And they literally had like 2 or 3 of every model. So because there's one that's like, it's still like VGA resolution, but it's got like a ton of glass on the front of it. Like it's got like a real, like it's got zoom and like a real telephoto kind of lens and everything. And
Cool.
he wanted like $10-15 a piece, and I went over there and bought like 1 or 2 from him and just gave them out to people.
Yeah.
And I messaged him back, and I was like, because I thought better of it, and I was like, oh, I should have just bought all of these. And I was like, hey, did you have any left? He goes, no, man, I got rid of them all because people just, I should have made them more expensive. And I was like, no, I said, honestly, because you don't know what's wrong with these things. They could need a recap. They've all got bad batteries. I said, you did good to just put them in the hands of people that really wanted to play around with it.
Yeah.
So.
Which brings me to another little point of this evening I'd like to discuss is people selling things for stupid prices.
Yeah.
We have a gentleman in our local retro group that shared with me a monitor that's for sale on our local marketplace. It's your standard Samsung black flat screen CRT from around 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
It's currently listed for 280 Canadian pesos.
Yeah.
Well, it's like $6 a US.
It's like 220 US or 200 US, something like that, maybe. Yeah.
And basically,
what's the model again? I'm sorry. It's a Samsung, you said?
Samsung, yeah. And his answer when we requested
is it a black case?
It's black, yeah.
Okay.
Is basically they sell on eBay for $400, and
I'm sure
it just kills me every time I see somebody
how big
says
of a display? 19?
17 inch, I think.
Oh, 17. Oh yeah, this. I want to buy drugs from this guy.
Right? What kind of drugs are you smoking, kid?
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Again,
scarcity drives a lot of it.
Oh, for sure. But like literally a year ago, I was given 27 of these, and I gave them away for free.
Yeah. Now, was he quoting eBay list prices or eBay?
Oh, of course, he was quoting eBay list prices. Come on now.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a Samsung SyncMaster 763MG, I think, or MB. I can't see. It's 17 inch. I mean, it's a nice looking monitor. I could see maybe $100 to the right buyer, but anyway, I just the young kids today don't understand, and he's a young guy, so he's only looking at Facebook. He's looking at what things are selling for, and
yeah. I think that it's a perfect storm of like things are kind of scarce,
yeah,
and people see dollar signs, and so they don't really know a lot about it, but they know that there's some kind of money to be made.
Yeah.
So if you live in an area of the world that just doesn't have a lot, then yeah.
And I get it.
Rare duck for
$200.
Nice.
It's nice. You might be able to put something other than candy in it. No, Ned, $90 candy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just that kind of stuff disheartens me. I don't know. I look at it and go, is that where the hobby's going? Is it going to be this just cash grab? It's like MMU Man says, I know what I have.
Yeah.
All right. And to some extent, I experience that in the automotive industry too. You often go ask people about cars parked in their driveway that they maybe haven't moved in, 20 years. And, oh, I'm going to restore that someday. Or, oh, no, that's really valuable. I want stupid amounts of money for it.
Right.
It's like, okay, cool. I'll just wait till, you pass and your kids don't want to deal with it. And then I'll buy it then. Right. But anyway, I could go get on a soapbox here, but I don't really want to. Yeah. I mean, I guess the other thing we could talk about is like what's the craziest thing you've bought for this hobby?
Oh.
Like, has there been anything that you were like, you know what? It's a stupid price, but I'm going to buy it because I've never seen one for sale, or I've never.
I would say probably the dumbest thing I ever bought was some software.
Okay.
And it I don't know that it's dumb. I don't know that it was like really a wise purchase because it affects so few people.
Right.
But I would say this. For whatever reason, I like some of the goofy sort of. I don't have it in hand, but I'm going to show you like something similar to what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
so Apple released, when you would buy a machine, they would release these little software packs that would have all kinds of like different games and a backup restore CD and things like that. This was really popular for the Performa line of machines. Well, Apple made this Performa that's called the Performa 637 CD Money Magazine Edition,
Right.
which is like the rarest Performa. There are none rarer. Actually, there's one that is maybe an equivalent, because the 637 is like a desktop case, and then they also released another one that is a all-in-one. So you think about like the Performa 550, the Performa 575, those machines. That's that style. They released one in that style. It's based on the Performa 580, which is, or the LC 580, which is like, it's got the Samsung display. They're really crap. They're not very good. So both of those really rare machines. But the problem was this: is the software bundle was not archived.
Oh, okay.
There are people that have like some half-assed copies of it, like out on the website that secures all of their downloads from Macintosh Garden.
Right.
There's that site has a CD, and so I was like, I want to do a video, but I am in no way going to tell people to go source the CD out there.
Right.
So what I did is I went on eBay and bought, some guy had the little software package. It's the only one I've ever seen pop up in all the years that I was looking for this, and I bought it. It was like over $100 for shipping. So, but it was not a smart purchase. It was not like, it was kind of a dumb purchase, but it made it to where the community now has the original Restore CD. Then the CD that actually comes with the machine was unadulterated. So the copy that's out there on this other website is kind of a hack up of the other thing. So, but no, it's 100%. That's my really long-winded story about Performa software.
Okay, cool. And Eric, you said software as well was one of your reports?
So it's HyperCard software.
Okay.
And, it's a reports external command that you can add so that you can do, accounting like things and print off checks and stuff like that from HyperCard.
Okay.
It's not exciting or anything, but it's in decent shape. Comes with the manual and everything. It even has the sample, labels from the company that sold it and all that. And I thought they wanted $40 for it. It's not really worth $40.
For sure. But now the bigger question is, Eric, did you archive it now? Is it archived?
No. It'll eventually get archived, but again, it's not like a barn burner that people are really, jonesing for.
Right.
So,
going back to the money Performa.
Yes.
Did I remember? Isn't that the one that what's his name did a video on?
If by what's his name you mean me, then yes.
Yeah, you did, but no. The
is it somebody that doesn't need additional promotion because they've got like a 250,000?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yes.
Jeff. Okay.
Some other person.
No. Are we talking about Jeff Greeling?
That's him. Yes, Jeff.
Yeah, I think Jeff stumbled on one recently and
yeah. I thought that was kind
of
cool.
And then our friend Gutbomb also did a video about the Quadra 630 Performa 630.
It's very crummy.
Yeah, they're crummy machines, but that 630 it is a regular old machine like that. The only difference is it has a special sticker on the front and that software package, and you can find them with them. You can find them with the sticker. The stickers are often dog-eared, and because kids picked them off or whatever. So yeah.
Does the sticker say "We got your money"?
It does not. And actually, I've gone through and I recreated the sticker. I've got a 1-to-1 that you basically can reprint and things like that. And unlike the, I also recently remade the sticker for the Brainstorm upgrade for the Macintosh Plus. Unlike those, the sticker does not have a texture. It is just like a sticker. So, yeah.
Cool. So
where's my money?
Where's my money? Where's my $2?
I want my $2.
How am I funny? Funny how?
Funny how? Like funny like a clown?
Do I amuse you?
Do I amuse you?
Angry Joe Pesci comes out of the CD-ROM drive and pokes you in the eye.
I got your head in a vice.
I like Joe Pesci.
I'm crushing you.
I love on the set of the movie. Apparently, he was terrified, or Macaulay Culkin was like terrified by Joe Pesci and oh God, what is his name?
Tall, skinny guy.
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern, thank you.
Just remember that name. And there's a really great movie that he's in that people have not watched. Called Diner. It also has like oh gosh, what's his name? Steve
Ryan
Guttenberg. And it's got Mickey Rourke and a bunch of people.
Okay,
I mean, it's like a kind of a coming of age movie called
Kevin
Diner.
Bacon.
I don't know that Kevin Bacon is in it.
Yeah, it says he's in it. He plays Timothy Fenwick Jr.
I don't remember. It's been a number of years since I've seen
Tim
it.
Daly, Daniel Stern, yes.
Yes. It's an all-star cast. None of them were really stars when they made it. So.
That's really cool.
Well, those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite thing is when you watch something that you remember watching when you were a kid, but you watch it again now, present.
You recognize all
and
you
recognize people. You're like, oh my God, I didn't realize he was in it. And oh my God, he's in that show that I actually love.
Yeah.
Right?
A great movie for that is The Blues Brothers. 1980s The Blues Brothers. Oh. Because if you're a kid watching that, you have no idea. You might recognize a few people.
Sure.
But you don't know. And but then if I would have seen that as an adult in 1980, I would have been like, dude, they just called all these famous people.
Carrie Fisher.
But when I was a kid, I was like, hey, this is really great. And somebody had to point out to me, they were like, oh yeah, that's Princess Leia. And I was like, what? What?
That's like I watched her first movie. Is it The Mist or The Fog? I think it's The Fog. 1972.
She was a child.
The Fog.
You're thinking Jamie Lee Curtis.
I'm thinking Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes, you're right.
Jamie Lee Curtis isn't in The Fog.
Yeah, she.
No, that's
Adrienne Barbeau.
No, it is Jamie Lee Curtis. 1980, The Fog. It is Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, I just remember watching it, going, "Oh, look, it's a really young Jamie Lee Curtis."
Isn't the Fog one where the radio station host climbs up on top of the water tower or something, or
the lighthouse? Yeah, and they
not a water tower, but a bell.
Yeah, because that's Adrienne Barbeau. I'd recognize those boobs anywhere.
Oh yes, but Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yep, 1980, The Fog.
No.
Yes, looking at it. I'm looking at the IMDb page right now.
Really, Carrie Fisher was dating Dan Aykroyd at the time.
So that must have been really easy to get her in. For whatever reason, I don't remember Jamie Lee Curtis in The Fog, but that's fine. I remember Janet Leigh in The Fog. I remember John Houseman in The Fog.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like I rewatched it and went, oh, it's a really young Jamie. Like she had already been in, obviously had been in Halloween, but I recognized. I was like, oh, it's weird. I've never realized she was in it until the last time I watched The Fog.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, cool.
I remember Tom Atkins in The Fog. I remember Hal Holbrook in The Fog.
Yep.
But that's it.
I remember John Carpenter did the music.
Well, John Carpenter directed it.
I nobody else did the music.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's
No Escape from New York, but it is pretty good. I would say for the horror Carpenter movies, I do like that one pretty good.
And yeah, I find it's not like super gory, but it's kind of got a couple.
There's a few little kind of things, but it's
the creatures, the ghosts themselves are pretty gored. Like they look like they've been living in
they're in shadows and stuff because it's still. I think that we were still a little nervous about.
What was that movie with the Borg Queen and
Star
You know,
Trek.
the actress that
Oh,
played
it's
the
like
boy.
I'll scare you to death or something like that.
Well,
Where
it
it's
had,
like she's in love with. There's all these guys that like
yeah,
are
yeah,
in
yeah.
love with
And
her, and
she
they
ends
think
up
they
in a
kill her. They put
yeah.
her in the car out there.
That
Yeah.
one scared me. That was good
Mm-hmm.
because it was like Psycho, where it was scary because of the premise, not the actual,
Yes.
gore.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember that movie, or I don't remember the name of the movie, but I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ghost Story.
Yeah. Oh,
Ghost
that's
Story.
it. Ghost Story.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
1981.
Yeah.
That was well done.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was like there's like 6 guys and they're all in love with this girl. So this is not great. This can't end well for the lady, and it doesn't.
No. Love dodecahedron or whatever the what's the 6-sided.
What they should have just done is they should have just moved to like somewhere in the Bay Area and started their polyamorous commune, and it would have been fine.
Yes. Or move to Utah and do the same thing, but with the Bible.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? This is a computer show.
I don't know.
I don't know. You were talking about Carrie Fisher being in The Fog, and I was like,
no, and I meant Jamie Lee Curtis. I always get the two of them.
And then Blues Brothers. Yes. So.
Well, we know how we got here. We don't know where we got here from.
I feel like we just subconsciously try to be Mystery Science Theater. Like we just we always come back to movies.
I just remember you guys were talking about what's the dumbest thing you ever purchased for the thing. And so Eric bought some HyperCard software, and then we were going to get to you, but you were more interested in talking about Adrienne Barbeau movies.
It's Carrie Fisher movies. No.
So Ryan, what purchase have you made where it was like, oh, this was stupid?
I've made several. Where to begin? I think the most stupid money I've spent on something was probably my Color Classic. I spent way too much money on that for what it is.
Sure.
By the time I paid auction fees and shipping, we were well north of $500.
Ooh, ow.
So Canadian, so $3.50 US.
Yeah.
But I mean, I paid a lot for my Hyperion, and it doesn't work. And I bought it as a non-working Hyperion.
It's still a non-working Hyperion.
Yeah, so I paid about $500 for that too. But it's finding a Hyperion that works is often the most difficult task to begin with. So I don't feel too bad. And then if I made it up I feel too like the world has a way of evening it out. I pay a little bit too much for something, but then I end up getting something amazing for free. So it all just kind of works out in the wash.
Yeah. Hyperion is really an interesting machine, isn't it? Like a 186.
It's kind of, and it's sort of a clone, but it's not really a clone. But
it's not. It's not strictly PC compatible.
Yeah,
it kind of does some things that
are
made compatible,
and it was made in Ottawa, Ontario, for some reason, because that's where the hub of Canadian tech design, I guess.
It's a neat machine. I think it's got. I'm trying to think that I'm making sure. Is this like the all-in-one machine?
Yep. So it has it's like a screen on one
side,
laptop,
and then like a luggable, but it's quite small. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
floppies are not like a standard.
They're not. No,
they're not a standard floppy.
They're a 3/4 height tandem drive. So they're like a very specific. And they were made specifically for Hyperion, but they are essentially a standard like tandem floppy drive or whatever the standard.
But the format is not the same.
No,
like there's extra sectors or there's extra something that makes it.
But the drive itself is actually smaller too, so it's very hard to find something to replace it with.
Yes.
You can get a GoTech. There is a GoTech functioning GoTech image now.
So is the problem with this your machine that there's proprietary chips or something that are
the problem with my machine is both the floppy drives were removed from it by the guy who sold it on eBay and sold separately on eBay for more money.
Oh, of course. He parted it.
Yeah, he parted it out and then sold me the carcass. So my plan was, because it's to find those floppy drives, they're $500 or $600 each now, if you can find them. I was just going to gut the thing and put a Raspberry Pi in it and make an emulated Hyperion.
Right.
Or I was going to send it down to our friend Kate and she could have Mackie's strange Canadian cousin.
Mm-hmm. I would say there's probably a way that you could just print some faked out face plates,
and just put like a GoTech
and
in there.
then do the GoTech.
Yeah.
And go that route.
Yeah.
But it's one of those machines. It is neat. Do not get me wrong. But it's one
That's
of those
why I bought it,
machines
'cause I
where
was
you
like,
could do all three things on it.
yeah, exactly. You want to do a spreadsheet? You can. You want to type some documents? You can. You want to do some spreadsheets? You can.
If you're going to do graphics, better
No.
start today because it's going to take a year.
No. We give computer today, graphics come next year.
Yes. Give you take lungs today, gills come in next week.
Oh, that's a good deal. Anytime we can reference Futurama makes my heart happy.
Yes.
But yeah, GoTac adapter or 2/3 height cover to a 1/2 inch. Sure. Thomas Armstrong, I suppose I could just jam a 1/2 inch drive in there.
Yeah. Let me explain to the metric guys out there.
Sorry.
Those are, those are freedom units.
Freedom units? Okay,
Yeah.
got you. But yeah, so that was a plan. The Hyperion I paid a bit too much money for. But like I said, I feel like it all kind of works out in the wash because I've been given that many deals over the years, and I've been given so many things for free that any amount of money I've spent on this hobby has been negated by the. And in fairness too, the Hyperion has made me money because it was used on a set of a TV show.
Oh,
so it was a rental. It just kind of sat there on a desk. And that kind of brings me, I guess, to a sort of a thing we could talk about. We haven't ever talked about it, I don't think, is computers that show up in TV and films. I've noticed. What was I watching? Oh, it's going to drive me nuts now because I was watching it last week. There's some end of the world apocalypse movie. It came out in the 80s, and on the desk in the office there is a Commodore 64 with a Commodore monitor and some sort of like luggable. And it's going to drive me nuts. It's a mainstream. I'm going to have to go figure this out now. It's a mainstream like apocalypse movie from that era. So it was like what was the one that came out? Like a Red Dawn or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just remember being like, oh, look, a Commodore 64. Again, things you don't notice when you're a kid, but when you rewatch these movies, you go, oh, look.
There's a great website for that that's called Starring the Computer.
Oh, really?
But it's strictly for movies. They don't do television shows or anything like that. Because I have submitted things and like especially for rare stuff, like there's a television series that I was just happened to be watching some episodes, and they featured some Next cubes. And I was like, oh, that would be perfect. And so I emailed and they were like, hey, we've fought this for years. We don't want to get into TV shows because it would be just untenable.
So, Ron,
but it's called Starring the Computer.
Ron, it now says movies/TV on their show.
Oh, they finally did it now?
Well, and it says computers and movies and television. Or computers in movies and television.
Can you search by system?
It's done based by alphabetical order of the movie.
Oh, they have computer. You can click on computers and it does it alphabetically.
Oh, there you go.
But you can go out there and you can see the computer and it'll show you like all the stuff that whatever those machines were.
So if we look for Hyperion,
show they were in, yes, you can see some of those things. But what I was going to say is you should look up the computers that were used in Canada's official national movie, Strange Brew. Because they have a very unique floppy drive hooked up to their stuff in that machine or in that movie. And I don't know if it's a prop or if it's a real one. I've always kind of looked. It looks like a Commodore kind of thing. But it's
what movie is it? Sorry, the
Strange Brew. It's the Mackenzie brother movie.
Yeah.
The official movie of Canada.
So there's Commodore Pets.
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious. Is it a coffee maker?
Well, the 64 shows up in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Is it a microwave? I just look at it. It looks like an 8-inch floppy drive on steroids. The one from Strange Brew. I should probably put this in the chat so people can see it. What we're talking about. And I'll put it in the private chat so you guys can click on
This
it.
makes sense. Blake 7, Acorn System 1.
Imagine.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine a British movie with a British computer. That never happens.
Know, of all things.
Speaking of which, they're actually getting ready to reissue all of those. They've done a bunch of upscaling on them and redid all the computer graphics and things, kind of like what they did with Star Trek.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they haven't put in extra windows and new spaceships outside the. No, they didn't.
Even a Bendix G15.
We've lost Eric.
Science Fiction Theater Season 2, Episode 30, Dr. Robot.
Nice.
Well,
domo arigato, Dr. Roboto.
Yes.
But no, not Canadian Bacon. Strange Brew. The official movie of games.
Yeah, they talk about tubes. Yep.
I mean, it's starring like everybody's favorites, like it's Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis, and I love that movie since I was a kid. Plus, if you're gonna watch one comedic remake of Hamlet, you might as well watch that one.
Yeah.
Mike Futurist asks a great question. What about war games? I hate to break it to you because I found this out only later in life that the Whopper is not actually a computer.
No, it was just
made.
A prop.
It was a prop made for the movie. I hope I don't.
But there are computers in the movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there are. Yes.
Because there's the whole thing with like Eddie Deason and the guy who sent Kevin Costner out into the middle of the wilderness to die because everybody else had been killed at the outpost.
What movie are you talking about?
The Dances with Wolves.
Oh.
So, because there's the two guys in the computer center. There's the heavyset guy that's really kind of agitated.
Yes, yeah.
I'm the nerdy guy. That's Eddie Deason.
Yes, that's right. So, yes. Yeah, I remember him from Seinfeld. He got his hands slammed in the trunk of Jerry's car.
What?
I think it's the same guy.
I don't remember that, but it's maybe.
Look now.
Now I have to look this up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same actor.
Oh, I'm gonna make a deep dive into this site.
He was in Grease.
Oh no! I was thinking. Sorry, I'm thinking. You got Eddie Deason. Yeah, no, I'm thinking the guy in the fat computer nerd in the actual war game Office. Who's actually in like what's the name of the mountain?
Which mountain?
No, not which mountain.
Escape from that, Eric.
Escape from.
Yes.
What the heck is his name?
No, it's like who's on first? Which mountain?
Yes.
No, what's on second?
Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, it's a really cool site. You can definitely check it out. They got all kinds of stuff. Sounds like you got some good things out of there.
What was the computer on Aliens?
Mother.
Apricot XI. Grid Compass.
Yeah, but all the graphics in that are just like made by some mini computer because that was something that was made by another thing. Yeah. All right. Do you guys want to talk about gets? You want to talk about some fun things that you got this week? I love movies, but not everybody else does. All right. Well, I guess it's me. Hey, I want to talk to you about some neat stuff that I picked up this week. But probably the neatest thing, which is I want to tell you about something fun that I did. Well, anyway, there's this whole thing where the CD-ROM revolution, where everybody was like really excited about like all the neat things you could do with CD-ROM. Well, anyway, one of the things that came out as part of all that were like titillation games. There's a lot of implied, but nothing ever like gets delivered on. Yes, I love movies, but not everybody does. So okay. But anyway, speaking of movies, this is a game that came out, Tsunami Software. This is like their first CD title. It's kind of a rare game. It's called Man Enough, and it's a dating simulator. But the lady on the cover, this is the most sultry thing in the entire game because it was trying to trick lonely computer nerds into doing stuff. But really, what the game is you go on like fun little adventures with people. Like you can go bike riding, or you can go play paintball, or you can go skydiving and stuff. And it's just like, and you see if you can get a second date out of it. That's really it. I mean, there's some implied
Very cool.
things that might happen, but man, it is certainly not in the game.
Well,
But,
it definitely appealed to your juvenile whatever, Ron. It's
Well,
still
I just-
selling. We'll put it that way.
yeah, yes, it sold for like $10. So so somebody just happened to have this all in the box, and I was like, you know what, for preservation purposes, I'll pick it up because again, a lot of people avoid this stuff, and I think it's still part of our computing history.
It is,
and this was 100% complete for $10. So anyway,
no,
it is 386 era kind of game, but for CD-ROM. So. But yeah, it even has the update. There's an update that came out because the game would crash in certain circumstances. So, but anyway,
that's cool.
Yeah, it is kind of neat. That's my big get. Oh, I also recently picked up a VHS tape that this is all about Microsoft Exchange Server version 4 concepts and planning. And I just recently archived this, and I'll be putting this out on my channel sometime over the weekend. But it is...
Sorry, Ron. I fell asleep while you were saying the title of that movie.
Oh, my God. It's 2 hours long. It's the driest thing. It is the Sierra Desert of thing. And it's funny because you have to consider when NT4 was kind of a thing. And basically I think 1986 is the date on this tape. They highly recommend, like, don't run Exchange on the same box that you do other things on.
Of course not.
That's true today.
That's true today.
In the chance that there might be that it requires a lot of stuff. And it's really great because they talk about that it was like this version, they were very proud that it would support 1,000 mailboxes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
funny how that's gone completely full circle now. Microsoft is going to stop selling Exchange.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It'll support 1,000 mailboxes or one used as a database. Because we've all had those users.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I will say I have I keep all my mail local. I don't leave it out on the server after 14 days. And but I have mail going back. Oh, it's so funny because I was talking to somebody at work and they asked me about something that happened. I said, "Oh, hold on." I looked it up and it was like I had the email, but it was from 2004.
Okay.
And so I happened to have this little piece of information that they were like, "Well, how did you have that?" And I was like, "Oh, every year I just go and when it's like the end of January, everything that is December back to January of the previous year just goes in an archive." And so that way that I can reference it, but it's not there in your primary mailbox all the time. But there's been a number of times where that saved me because people will it's a cover your butt kind of thing, because people will ask questions about something weird that happened a long time ago, and so you can do that. So yeah, if Eudora hadn't corrupted my database, I'd have mail going back to 1996, and that's the thing. I use Mozilla
Thunderbird.
Oh
yeah,
okay.
I use Thunderbird. Yeah,
so
which is basically the spiritual sequel to Eudora. And
Netscape Communicator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Exchange, but I've basically done the same thing Ron has done. Every time I've moved jobs or consolidated a business or did something, I've always taken the mail and dumped it into my next adventure. So I have probably 25 years of mail now.
Yeah,
saved.
I've made it a point to always make a clean cut when I leave someplace. I have nothing from them.
Okay.
Just bad.
That's not really true, Eric, because I've been in your bathroom and there's a lot of like banker boxes stacked up in there.
Yeah.
Listen,
after 7 years, the data's no longer needed, right?
Oh, I guess.
For certain reasons. But yeah, no, I can go back to about 2003, 2004 with mine.
Yeah.
That's my coffee cup collection.
Okay. Actually, something else neat that I wanted to show off is this right here. This is The Secret History of Macintosh Gaming by Richard Moss. This is the second edition. If you do not own this book is back. You can purchase it. It is a beautiful book. It has a lot of great interviews, a lot of great screenshots from games and stuff. And this is not one of those things where it's like you see how like there's like little timeline of games and all that.
Yeah.
This is more than one of those things. It'd be very easy to make a book that is basically just like, oh, here's the name of the game, the publisher, the year it came out, and a screenshot and like a 3-sentence review.
Yeah.
You could certainly make a book like that. That's kind of, and that might be okay. But this goes into a lot more detail. This has stories about the developers and interviews and all kinds of stuff that actually tells the behind the scenes. Like here's Snood, some color plates and stuff in here. So you can pick this up pretty cheap if you just want the text. And then they're now printing the basically consider this kind of a second edition. It's got like nearly like 1,000 something or extra words and 60 extra pages and a ton of new pictures and all that, and kind of covers the era from like 2D games all the way through 3D games, networked Apple Talk games, things like that. So this is it's not cheap, but it's not going to break the bank either. Like this is a trip for one to Qdoba.
Yeah.
I should get a copy for my classroom. I feel like that would be a good classroom.
You should. Plus, if the kids are bad, you throw it at them.
Right. Dual wheeling, dual purpose.
That's right.
Is that all your gets, Ron?
That's all I'll show off because
Eric, do you have any gets?
A lot of time.
Actually, no. I've been doing the opposite.
I don't have to be big anymore.
I'm still sending stuff out.
Okay.
So.
I am also in the same boat. I've got a box of stuff done up for Ron that he's.
Oh yeah. Yes, thank you.
No problem. Anytime, buddy. And I've got a box of stuff going to Shelby from Tech Tangents.
Neat.
And I've got a box of stuff going to somebody else, but I don't remember who that is. Anyway, that's hopefully going to go out tomorrow in the mail. And just to confirm, you did want your copy of Camelot, correct, Ron?
Sure, that's fine. If it is something that is not like you don't need it, I would love to.
If I want to play it, I'll go play it on the Tandy. I've already copied it over to the Tandy, so I'm not like it has no intrinsic value to me. Like I said, I got it with a bunch of other software that I was looking for. It just happened to be with it, which is actually how I find a lot of my Sierra games. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I usually go to get one thing, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, I have all these old crappy games that nobody wants," and I'm like. No, they're Sierra games. They're pretty cool. I'm gonna take those. That's how I ended up with your copies of Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, and it's like version, or you had the first one or something. And you had the third one, first and second. That's great because that's excellent. Thank you.
Excellent. So, is there a future video in the works potentially for some Sierra stuff?
I think basically like a collection video at some point because I have been slowly picking up other Sierra titles.
Ooh.
So this is actually I did a live stream the other night with Matt from One Short Eye talking about the Sierra the Laura Bow Classic, the Colonel's Bequest. We talked about this for just a couple minutes, basically because this lays the narrative groundwork
for the dagger
or the Dagger of Amun-Ra, which is he just did a nearly 4-hour long documentary about the game, mostly from a gameplay perspective. There's a few production notes and things in there, but this is one of those Sierra games that a lot of people just never complete or don't complete kind of like at a level that would give you the best ending. Mostly because it requires so many things that there's so many dead man walking situations. Sierra games are famous for those, and so much moon logic that you just the first playthrough. It's supposed to encourage multiple playthroughs. You're supposed to be getting value for your money. But really what it does is just frustrate people to the point where they play through and they don't play it again, which is unfortunate because it is a beautiful game. It has an Art Deco style. it very much apes a lot of famous art from the 1920s. And it's a funny game, and Colonel's Bequest has some. The past is a very sort of complicated place, and it's a very I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but it's sort of like there's a lot of things that happened in the past that with our modern eyes we look at, and they're very groan worthy because they are not very friendly to all people. The Colonel's Bequest kind of has a few moments like that. I will say that Dagger of Amun-Ra has a few moments like that. Not as many as the Colonel's Bequest. So maybe some cultural insensitivity. So
there you go.
But they are both fun games if you can view them through the lens of the era in which they were made. So, but pick these up. I've had Dagger of Amun-Ra for a while, and I just picked up Colonel's Bequest at VCF Midwest.
I watched your video on with the other night, and I went to look to see if I could find a copy of it. I was like, oh, that looks like a fun game. I'd like to play.
Yeah.
And then I went on eBay, and I cried a little bit.
Yeah, they're pricey for some reason.
Like $75, $80.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot.
It's a nice box set. I mean, in fairness.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of show it off in the video, but there's a lot of things to lose.
Yeah.
Inside the box, there's a manual, and then there are some feely kind of things that you need. Like this is supposed to be sort of a like it's a map of the museum. You don't need this to beat the game, but it is handy to have to kind of keep your map, like your wits around you and stuff of where things are happening. But this book, if you don't have this book and you don't have like a PDF copy, the game is unwinnable because this has all the copy protection stuff. But it's a beautiful full color book that has all kinds of like real history in it. Nice. And then a few made up things, and then you kind of get to the back, and there's the whole copy protection thing and all that. So, but it's really neat. So the idea is you'd sit there and kind of read some of these things while the game's installing off of 6 floppies, six high density floppies, and you kind of enjoy it. But
nice.
Now, was Sierra did make games for. Like this was available on the Mac and the PC, correct?
I don't think this ever came out for Mac.
I could be wrong. Okay.
I could be wrong. Because there's some things that they just didn't release.
Right. But some of them they did. There are some obviously PC and Mac releases of certain things.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, like the Leisure Suit Larry that I'm sending you is obviously for the Tandy 1000, or that's what it says on the spine. It's the Tandy version. I'm not sure what you currently have what copy? 3, I think.
I have 3, which is Passionate Patty and the Pursuit of the Pulsating Pictorials.
Right.
I've got I don't think I have Larry 4. And I've got some of the later ones of the CD-ROM games.
Which of the games is it where it's like completely different story and he ends up working at like a Halloween manufacturing facility and all those?
Those are the later games that are not. I would not consider them to be kind of Larry titles. They're just whatever they are. But Larry is another one of those examples of like the titillation kind of games, because it promises a lot of things that it doesn't ever actually deliver on. But
my favorite was all the knockoffs that came around those times. Like I told you, I have a copy of Less Manly, which is like the Radio Shack attempt at making a Leisure Suit Larry movie.
Yes, it's the
game.
Kirkland Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah. LES Manly.
Yes. Yeah. Less manly.
Less manly. But yeah. It was
I think it's funny.
Time.
It
was a fun time. And I still have like I bought when I was a kid, my parents bought me lots of, video game titles, but sometimes my favorite memories are the shovelware discs with all the shareware on it that you just happen to pick up. Somebody gave it to you, or you found it, or it came in a magazine, or I love those. Just jumping on. I'm like, oh, I've never heard of this game before. Is it terrible? 90 times, 9 out of 10 times, it was terrible. But that one time, you actually found a gem of a game. Like I remember the first time I played Doom was off a shareware disc of some sort. Right?
Yeah. Hexen was something I
Sure.
played off a shareware disc.
Yeah, great game. And I remember I still have it. It's somewhere in cold storage, I think. But I have the original first shovelware CD that I got.
Oh
That
yeah.
myself and my cousin actually shared almost religiously for 2 or 3 years. Every week we'd bring it back and forth, and we'd play it on his computer, and then I'd bring it to my home. I'd play it, but it has all the, everything you can think of. All the Mavis Beacons were on there, all the Commander Keen, all the original Duke Nukems. Everything was on this disc in the shareware format. I remember being a CD, you were just like, when is it going to end? The storage is endless. Like, how did they fit all this on this one thing? I just remember it was a good time.
That's funny because the adventure game that has so many media files, it fills up a CD just to distribute that.
It's funny because there used to be a lot of those what people call DOMs, Disc of the Month clubs.
Yeah.
That basically you would get like a floppy every month that would have like, there would be fonts, there would be some graphics, there would be a game demo, and there would be like kind of a text version of like a BBS thing. Maybe it's written in ANSI or something, so it's fancy or whatever.
Yep.
But the when the CDs came around, a lot of those Disc of the Month club things, like it was put up or shut up, because there was like, now we've got like a ton of space that we could fill up every month with things, and it really shrunk several markets. It feels like, but but those things are still really exciting to kind of explore, just to see what was the hotness in that given month. I used to subscribe. There was a thing for the Apple, the Apple II series. It was called Soft Disk GS. That was a monthly disc magazine that would come to your house, that you'd boot it up, and there'd be like a cool menu, and there would always be a game, and there would be some fonts and things like that. And I, as a young person, I didn't really mess with all of it, but I do remember sometimes they would send mod files.
Okay,
and they would send things like that, and I would be like, oh yeah, that's really great. I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. My father worked for the company that distributed all of the magazines for the island and for the province as a whole. And I would always get the PC Gamer and the all the PC World, all those games. And I remember every month, like when the previous month's magazine comes back to the facility, they don't ship it back to the manufacturer for the credit. They just tear the cover off it and send it down to the shredder with the CD in it. So I would, anytime I went to my father's work, I would collect. I'd go out on the line and I would grab I would help the workers. I would say, oh, I'll take that. And I'd take the PC Gamer, I'd rip the cover off, I'd put it in their pile, I'd take the disc, and it got to the point where they would just start saving them for me. So I'd go in once a month, or once a couple of times a month, and Dad would come home with stacks of anything computer related. Like, oh, keep a copy of that for Ryan, and they would come home, and those were some of the best memories of getting discs and finding games that you had heard, kind of had heard, because again, it was the early days of the internet, so you didn't have great news coverage for certain things, and I didn't have like G4 Tech TV, so I wasn't up on the latest games. But these magazines were the only way for me to find out what was coming out next. And so you'd often find a cool demo on there of a game. Like I remember played Return to Castle Wolfenstein was a demo in like 2000, I think, on one of the PC Gamer discs, and I played that for hours, if not days, by the time it was all before the game came out. Such a good game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I did find it's not really a get, it's more of a find. I was checking my local university out. I used to be a student there, and I thought, gee, I wonder if I can still go to the library there, because I remember spending hours just looking through Dr. Dobb journal magazines and stuff. I checked, they don't have those anymore, but what they do have is a archive of old software, the original discs and things. And I was like, oh, they've got some of the academic hypercard stacks that you hear about in some of the papers and things.
Cool.
And you can actually check out OS 6.08 discs. and things like that. And I thought, I'm going to look and see if any of this stuff is not archived.
Yeah, go
And
take
then
it out
go
and then
take my trusty laptop with me that'll work with these. And I'd like to check this out. And they're like, you want to check out what?
we got to go to cold storage for that. And then
Yeah,
20 minutes
exactly.
later, they come up and it's covered in an inch of dust.
Blow the dust off.
Mhm.
But no, I thought, maybe I could find some stuff that maybe not academic. They have some books and things too, but
That's cool.
there was over 400 titles when I did a search just for HyperCard.
Cool.
So who knows?
Neat.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Well, gentlemen, it's been a slice. We've been doing this about an hour.
Yeah.
There anything else anybody wishes to add before we conclude the evening?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to remind people that starting in November,
Yes.
we will be shifting to our new format to hopefully better include our good friend Frank, who
Indeed.
Friday nights have proven to be a very big challenge for him.
Yep.
I miss Frank. I want to see Frank. I would like to let me be frank about Frank. That I think that a change of schedule will also let us kind of charge up and have some more interesting things that'll kind of build up instead of like a weekly kind of thing. So starting in November, we will have our sister show, Retro Repair Roundup, will take place on the 1st and 3rd Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Time, localized to wherever you live. And then on the 2nd and 4th Sundays will be the Old World Tech Fridays - Sunday edition.
There you go. And for anybody who lives in Newfoundland, that's 9:30 Newfoundland time. 9 o'clock if you're in the big land in Labrador.
Mhm.
Because we have 2 time zones because
Because
You're
why
Canadian.
not?
Why not? I would like to mention future things too, since we're talking about our future schedule.
yes.
So I've been tossing around. People ask me at VCF, what's next after adventure? What are you going to do next? And I said, I'm going to do nothing for a while, but I have decided I'm going to do kind of a point and click adventure.
Nice.
That's roughly based on, the same kind of format as Oregon Trail. So there's a story along with it and you talk to people, that kind of thing. But it's going to be based on the Orient Express. There might be a murder mystery involved too. Who knows?
Nice.
So
nice. I like it.
Very cool.
Yeah, I thought that'd be interesting to do.
Can I play Inspector Thoreau?
Well, I'm pretty sure
he investigates everything. He's so
Thorough.
exacting.
Yeah.
Yes.
There will be curled mustaches.
Inspector Thoreau.
Thoreau. I feel as though that intellectual property is no longer owned by anybody.
Actually, if you're talking about Agatha Christie, it's still in copyright.
Is it?
Yes.
Has it? She hasn't been dead for 100 years?
Author plus 75 years.
Yes.
So death plus 75?
But there's plenty of material to work with without having to steal anything. So
fair enough.
This is an AI.
Yeah,
it's not touching that with a 10-foot pole. It will not have AI, believe me.
But will it have dysentery?
Oh my gosh.
Maybe there will be some European diseases.
Can I make a suggestion? There's a character named Terry, and if you make fun of him, he shoots you.
Oh, okay.
So you die of dysentery.
I love to have, Easter eggs. There's some in adventure. So there'll be Easter eggs of some kind.
That one's for you, Ron.
Inspector Thoroughly. Yes, I like that.
That'll be awesome. So you'll have that for next VCF Midwest, right?
I am not setting a date. I am not setting a date.
And what kind of craft artisanal boxes can we expect?
Shut up, Brian. Well, we'll see what happens. But there's also some tools I want to work on. Like I'm going to write an external command for HyperCard that's a SQL Server engine.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And some other things. So
cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, as always, it's been a slice. Any final words of wisdom from anyone?
I would say do your best this week, make investments in kindness, and try to just be a good person.
Yes. And
I'll
also,
second
I'm
it.
a little upset that your president tore down the White House before Canadians got a chance
Only
to start it.
part of it.
So,
You guys can come burn the rubble.
Yeah.
You
I
guys do it.
actually, and it's that is kind of an interesting thing that that a lot of that was done when everybody was looking the other direction and all that. So
Yeah.
and being funded by a lot of big corporations, and
allegedly
all of
funded.
that. Well, no, on paper funded. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Funding doesn't
I am
mean
gonna.
maintenance. So
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say funding doesn't cover maintenance and the new staff that need to be hired and the
Yeah.
ongoing costs and the
It's
cost
it's gonna
overrun.
be bigger than the White House proper.
Yeah.
And a lot of that you have to keep in mind that the old space, East Wing was largely used for the First Lady and her staff. It was also where I think there's
Military
a
office
calligraphy office. There was a
Calligraphy
military
office.
office. There was a lot of office space. I am certain that this will not strictly be a ballroom. This will be a lot of other office space and things like that too. So it's probably needed, but at the same time, there's probably a proper way to do things, which is to basically go through the correct channels and consider the historic nature of that site and all those type of things. So this is not like in the 1980s ripping down an old building that had irreplaceable Art Deco stonework on the outside of it because you wanted to put up a very gaudy, another gaudy tower so you could throw your name on it.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated.
And have a failed
The East Wing.
casino.
Yeah, the East Wing actually was built by who was after Eisenhower? Or before Eisenhower?
Some bloke.
FDR?
No, FDR
after
is World War II.
Truman actually built it, or during his administration. So it's not that old, but still.
It's like from 1900 something.
Yeah, it was like it's 123 years old.
It's quite old.
Not the East Wing.
According to the Library of Congress, the East Wing
maybe
is
it was
123 years
renovated
old.
There's other stuff that has been in that space because
Right.
there's also like a bunker and the movie theater and some other things. So it's changed over time. But starting in the Carter administration, that's when it largely became a space that was occupied by the First Lady and her staff, and then some of these other offices are there, including the calligraphy, the White House calligraphy office, and other things.
Did you see their news press release from the calligraphy office?
Mm-mm.
It just said "fuck off," but very nicely written.
It was very, very beautifully written. Nice.
Anyway,
if you look at it a certain angle, it says something else.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a mad fold-in. Wonderful.
All right, guys. Have yourself a fantastic evening. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we will see you all this time next week for what will be it's Halloween. I guess we'll still do a spooky show.
I will be if it is next Friday. I'll actually be camping next Friday. This is our family. Yes, this is our fall family camp.
Do you know that 90% of werewolf attacks happen when people camp on Halloween?
And you know what? That's probably fine. So
hopefully 10%.
Maybe Ron's family is on that side of the.
Who knows? I mean, if you're a lichen, it's not my.
I was gonna say I'm liking them odds.
Boom.
And 2 moons now, double werewolves.
Yes, double werewolves. Colbert the other night did a fantastic rendition of "Fly Me to the Moon."
Oh yeah,
about being confused about which moon you're talking about. It's quite good.
That's funny.
All right. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening.
Good night.